Yo, yo. Sorry, boys. I was trying to eat some cheese. Some cheese and crackers here. Y'all know who that is. How that is. Y'all know. Y'all know. Anyways, so this is one of the new PlayStation Plus games, so I decided, why not try it out? Those damn headphones. Ooh, scam mail. I love scam mail. Oh, Princess Emma Thomas. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's actually her. Damn it, I can't skip it.
Hey, it's Charlie Nova, host of Star in the Stratosphere, and tonight in the stars. Join Ryan V. Josio and the Hassy Boys for our 10th annual TMI New Year's Eve special, where I'll interview some of the hottest celebrities and find out what their plans are for 2065. Tune in or join us live at Union Square for the big show, starting at 10 p.m.
The fuck? Everyone's a club? Holy shit.
Character by character.
I wonder if I can watch a porno. Man, if I say I want to go to bed, I want to go.
Ah, good. You're finally awake.
Well,
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
boy.
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC. Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my microactuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit. As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
I feel like if I say how did he get in there, he's gonna be like your door was open.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden. Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes. I don't really know. That's why I'm here.
Useless robot.
Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported. I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so. The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome. Don't worry. If Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him. He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me. Excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing. I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him. Either to stop his research, or to take it and use it for themselves. A regular ROM has virtual. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will? How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will? You're right. I apologize for the tangent. Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the autocab. That's strange. Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired. I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work. Hayden Hayden's door has far better security than yours does. Will do. I do not make a habit of entering people's homes in the middle of the night without permission for no reason. Breaking and entering is just not a sustainable hobby. So yes, I am quite certain. I saw it happen myself. I should have stayed and tried to I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to. I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage. Self-defense and defense of one's home and family and may even have been obligated, but I... Excellent point. Let's start searching for... Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords. This window here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below.
Had to make some calls, chap. Sorry.
I took the fire escape. Hayden spends so much of his time at... Oh, I think I see something under those reference books. Ah, that device. I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card. Without the memory card, that's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform. Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. I'm sorry to If you'd like to try your hand at digital breaking and entering, be my guest. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithm. Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents. I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability.
It's an emphasis this year, and of course there are price drops. So one thing that I like is one of the most projectors you will ever see. This takes everything you know about it.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though. Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion. That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel. You're not actually thinking about switching one of those games on right now, are you? It looks like there's a place. We can't use it without the card. Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures. Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the... I'll mark it on your city map. We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched. Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account. We shouldn't put that off any... Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive. Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system. I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use? Do you wish to keep this name?
I don't know why I can't use my freaking thing. I don't need to use my cursor. I gotta use this stupid thing. Fucking baby, Selena. Jesus. She's killing it.
Do you wish to keep this name? Thank you. I have Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech? Thank you. I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for... Diet set as halal. Are you sure? Diet set as... Thank you for I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as... Please review your submitted Does that sound right? First, could you tell me your... Do you wish to keep this name?
Fucking what is it?
Do you wish to keep this name? Thank you. I have input your name. Next, could you tell me... Thank you. I have... Finally, could you tell... Diet set as... Diet set as alcohol. Diet set as... Diet set as... Goddammit, Turing. Are you sure? Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available.
Fucking robots.
Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review, does that sound right? Thank you. See, that was relatively... You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until late. Perhaps we should head back to your... I'm sure we can find some common ground while getting... It will be an efficient use of our time together. Thank you for escorting me here. Let's head back to your...
And I want more. And all these other girls keep wondering what I fuck with you for. 'Cause you're the next drink bear. And I want more.
You know, your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well. Have you been overwatering it? Deride me if you want, but I'm merely attempting to care for this living being you've been so callously neglecting. If I can continue with... It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
Huh.
I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of sending a request to his office. And Considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering sense of disrepair, I am not confident he has a history of following through. I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly... Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe? I will continue to formulate a stratagem. Okay. Still, I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tom. We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map... Well, this looks like the place, assuming the flashing... From the sounds of the music, things are already underway at Stardust, even so early. Hope...
All right, looks good to me.
I'm surprised they're using a human bouncer instead of a ROM. That's a nice, authentic...
Welcome to Stardust. You coming in?
What?
Welcome to Stardust.
This is the place. Have you ever been here before? The driving bass has some interesting mathematical interactions with the chorus, and the tempo is certainly geared towards exciting the human circulatory system. I could learn to like it, but I agree, the volume is stressing my audio receptors. Anyway, where do you think we should start? Good idea. Maybe the bartender...
Morning, friend. What can I do for you? What do you have? So many drinks these days.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Does that sound good? Like what? So many drinks.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Does
11
that
and a
sound
half
good?
cartons in. Yep, I'll take that.
Ah, all right, you got it. Coming right up. Now, what is it you need? Oh, I should introduce myself. The name's Majid. I've been the bartender of Stardust for a few years now, but I've owned it a little longer than that. So, what do you want to know? Mostly got myself into trouble. When I immigrated from Pakistan, I didn't have a whole lot of employable skills. But I'm real big, which was enough to get hired for some real dirty stuff. Bodyguard work. Truth be told, I hated the work. I didn't want to be a hired fist my whole life. Wanted something regular, peaceful. I had enough cash saved up to buy this place, which was a hole at the time. The rest is history. I'm sure it sounds more exciting than it was. Sure, enough about me. What do you... Hayden. Scientist guy. Does some kind of computer research at Parallel. Pretty sure I know who you're talking about, but I don't think he's around here tonight. Our place doesn't really seem like his scene, but I think he comes in to scout young programming talent. Go figure. I can ask around, find out if anyone's seen him. I'm pretty sure Tomcat came in earlier, but I don't know where they... I'd ask what you were meeting about, but I know they like to keep that kind of stuff quiet. Maybe try looking out on the dance floor. If they come around here, I'll tell them you're looking. Enjoy yourself, and don't be a stranger.
Where might one go?
Yes, can I help? Not at the moment. They're usually close enough to hear when their name gets dropped. So if that's all you needed from me, I'll get back to cutie cruising. And no, that wasn't an invitation to flirt. Me either. I don't do genotypicals. And I don't know where Tomcat is, so look for them elsewhere.
Sorry, did you say genotype?
Yeah, as in not a hybrid like me. Now then, I'm not here to educate you, and I do have a life to return to. What the hell is your problem? You want to spew that shit? Join the protests outside Genus. I'm sure those ass butts will love you. Now get lost.
Oh fuck.
Want to keep pushing me? You'll regret it fast. Don't make me have Majid throw you out of here.
Are you sure you're a journalist?
Hi there. I heard you were looking for me. Yours truly, though. Although, while I like the attention. It'd be just grand if you didn't holler for me. I'd do my share of flirting with both sides of the law. Wouldn't want little old me to get in trouble. Nah, you're fine. Jess is just a mite prickly pear on the outside. She'd probably give hell to most strange folks she hasn't made a deal with. So, to what? Hayden's. Well, it's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
You know about me? Hayden never mentioned your involvement.
Sure thing, hon. I helped reprogram the back end on your OS so the AI code Hayden wrote for you would work properly with the mesh network.
I have a distressing lack of information on my own creation. Hayden never saw fit to inform me on what went into designing my pro. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Not much more on that end. I'm a crack shot at making the Lips OS dance to my tune, but Hayden's coding in your AI core is a whole different can of worms. Way out of... Sorry, doll. Anything else I can help with?
Honestly, this game is a resident sleeper.
People were...
I'm
Earned
done with this
myself an
game.
important...
Bye, chat.